How is everybody? Yay! I want to say hi to all my friends. And no, I'm not doing the romper room hi. This is welcome to the Festive Thread. My presentation is going to be a little bit different than the ones you've been watching. I'm going to tell you some stories about when I was a kid, which was just yesterday, you know. uh, and then I'll show you a project that I did. Oh no, don't want you to see it yet. Oh, I thought I had it hidden. Oh, and I gotta thank Melanie because she has been my cheerleader in Discord today, telling everybody to be here. Oh, and I got to give a huge shout out to Elaine because I just saw Elaine on Zaza's and I haven't seen Elaine in the chats for a while. So, I guess pretty much everybody's here because there's 36 people watching. Woo! I didn't expect to have that many. So, I want to tell you about some of my holidays when I was a kid. I guess I'll start with Halloween. Halloween was always very fun as a kid. I mean, you started out with the costumes with that plastic mask on your face that made you sweat so bad and you couldn't see through the eye holes very well. And oh, Melanie. And I remember them first when I think of Halloween because they were so uncomfortable. And we always had the Halloween parades at school where we got to wear our costumes to school and we walked up and down the hallways. And so all the different classes could see the other classes' costumes. And I don't remember if there was ever a contest for who the best costume was, but if there was, I never won. So, and you gotta give me a little leeway here today because my eyes have been watering, my allergies are acting up. I finally took a Mucinex and now I'm feeling better. Okay, so back to Halloween. My very favorite costume was after I saw The Wizard of Oz, which is seriously my favorite movie of all time. Wizard of Oz. And I love the Wicked Witch, but she scared the bejesus out of me the first couple times I watched it. I remember one time of being underneath one of my brother's beds to watch it when she came on. And so, I mean, I only did that like the first 2 times that I watched it. After that, I could stay sitting up in the chair or on the floor or wherever it was I was watching. But I was so intrigued with that Wicked Witch. And so I wanted to be a Wicked Witch for Halloween. And my mom made my long dress. And she made it like a 3/4 sleeve type thing, and it flared out here by the wrists. And when I put it on, though, it looked more like a gunny sack that was really, really long. So she put a belt around my waist. And then it looked more like the witch's dress. And then I said, oh, Mom, I need a witch's hat really, really bad. So my dad and my mom put their heads together and they thought about it. And you know, that really thin, it's not cardboard, it's that really thin, like what you get food in now, the really thin stuff that's bendable. Sort of like cardboard, but it's really, really thin. Anyway, they got some of that and they got a big sheet of it and they made the point to the hat. And then out of another piece, they made the brim. And then Mom put black fabric all around the rim, the brim, and the pointed part. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And then I put the hat on, and it came clear down to here on me. Oh my gosh. And so then after that, I said, Mom, I had really long brown hair. I said, Mom, witches don't have brown hair. And she says, well, let me talk to your dad. So she went and talked to Dad again. She says she needs some hair. So Dad says, okay. So he came back home from work the next day and he says, okay, here's your hair. And I look at it. It was a mop head. Remember the old time mop heads that had the strings, and then it had that flat part in the middle where the strings came out of for each side? Well, that's what I wore for hair. I put the flat part on top of my head, and then all of the strings hung down here for hair. And then I put on that witch's hat, and it fit just perfect. I don't know how it fit perfect because we didn't have any idea what we were doing at the time. But it fit perfect. And I loved that costume. Loved it. I had a little black cat at the time. She had a little white spot here, and the very tips of her toes were white. So when I went out to the front yard so Mom and Dad could, well, Dad's the one that always had the camera. He took pictures of me, and Mom says, wait a minute, and she come running out, and she had a broom. So I got on the broom, and I was holding the black cat, and I was the witch. And I was probably a witch for 3 to 5 years. I was a witch. Oh, you were a witch too, Nikki? Yeah. She was my favorite next to Dorothy in the movie. And yeah, the flying monkeys I did not like, but I was the witch. The only thing I did not have that wicked witch had was the green face. Mom says, no, you're not putting anything on your face to make it green in case it stuck and you were stuck with it, you know. So that was my favorite Halloween costume. So, and then when my husband and I got together, we decorated for Halloween like crazy. We even had the purple and orange lights all over the place. We always decorated for Halloween. Now, of course, I don't decorate for Halloween because nobody ever comes to my house for treats or nothing. So, which is good for me because if we do get some candy, I get to eat some. Oh, and then the next holiday, for me, the next holiday would be Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was a huge thing in our house. Um, Huge meal. I mean, huge. My mom got up like at 3 o'clock in the morning to make the turkey to start it. And that turkey hung out in our kitchen sink for days ahead of time. Oh my God, days. It was a 25-pound turkey that she made. We were a family of 5. 25-pound turkey. Oh my Lord. But it fit in the oven, so I guess that was okay. And she loved cooking for Thanksgiving. She made all the pies and everything a couple days ahead of time so that her oven was clear for the turkey in it. And then she had the sweet potatoes, the mashed potatoes, the gravy, green beans, not green bean casserole, just green beans and corn. And she had the candy, the jelly beets, that come in the can. Hi, Bernice. And I had fun opening that can because I open up the can on one end and then you hold it upside down and you put a hole in the other end and it plopped right out. I was pretty smart, huh? So the last thing about Thanksgiving, the homemade noodles. We had homemade noodles. Oh my gosh, I loved homemade noodles. I would eat and eat and eat on those homemade noodles till I got so sick. I would get up, go to the bathroom, get rid of the noodles that I had in me, come back, eat more noodles. I was a noodle fiend, let me tell you. My mom did not realize I was going to the bathroom to get rid of them to come back and eat more. Otherwise, she'd have put a stop to it right then and there. But no, I did not have anorexia or anything like that. I just loved noodles and I had to get rid of some to eat some more. So that was my favorite part about Thanksgiving. Was the huge meal and all of us together. And then the next holiday is Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of year. Oh my gosh. I love snow, all the snowmen. I have not met a snowman I did not like. I like the little ones. I like the big ones. I like the cold ones. I like the warm ones with the little tea lights in them. Those are the warm ones. I like the ones that are on stands. I like the snowman that Shirley made for me when she was doing ceramics. I have a great big one, and the belly on it says, "Let it snow," carved out in it. Beautiful, just beautiful. And so I have lots of snowmen. And I believed in Santa Claus. I still believe in Santa. I love Santa Claus. And although he doesn't come to my house anymore, but that's okay because I still decorate. Not as much as I used to, but I do. Since the grandkids don't come over and help me decorate anymore, so but now we have a little tree that I decorate, and we have little lights on it, and I have the small presents underneath it. And there was something I was going to tell you. Oh, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. I have to look at my sheet here. I got to tell you about Karen. I got up one Christmas morning, and it was at the time where we still lived in southern Iowa, 10 miles from the Missouri line. And it was my three brothers and me. We only had 4 kids at the time. And we had that silver aluminum tree. You know the one I'm talking about. The one that everybody had when we were kids. And I come out in the morning and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, oh, it's such a pretty tree and the presents around it. And there's this doll standing in the middle, right next to the tree. And I'm like, how is that doll standing there? Well, she had flat feet. So with the flat feet, she could stand. And I'm like, oh, she's so cool. And so I got to her and I'm looking at her. She had a little dress on and little black patent shoes. And she had short hair. It's a little bit longer than mine, but it was short. So it was fluffier hair out here, and it was curly. Sort of like Little Orphan Annie. Sort of, but her curls weren't as tight as Little Orphan Annie. But I named her Karen. And I didn't have a whole lot to do with Karen because I could bend her legs by her hips, so she could sit. But when she sat, her legs stuck straight out with her toes pointing in the air. And there wasn't a whole lot to do with a doll like that because you couldn't cuddle her. I mean, yeah, that's what you get when you're poor and you get one really good present. That was the year that I think the boys got the little 6-shooters and the cowboy hats. I'm not sure what they got. All I remember is that doll. And so that's a Christmas that really sticks out in my brain. Another thing that sticks out in my brain is my mom's popcorn balls. They were the marshmallow cream popcorn balls, and she dyed half of them green and half of them red. And when she made them, I had to wrap them up in the saran wrap. And then we had to put them in these baskets. Red and green baskets. And she still made the popcorn balls up into her, I want to say 60s. Late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, late 60s, early 70s. And I don't know where the baskets are now. But one Christmas, well, the first Christmas that Kelly and I were together, we made popcorn balls like my mom made, the marshmallow cream. And I had a pug, of course. His name was Buddy. I called him Bubby. And he was always right next to the table, waiting for something to fall down. Well, we were making the popcorn balls at the time. We had butter all over our hands. making them into the balls, and a piece fell down, landed on the top of his nose. And he was trying so hard to get that piece of popcorn. Oh, so that was a little bit of mine and Kelly's Christmas. One of our favorites because it was our first one. And then, the popcorn balls, they're a huge, huge thing for us. I mean, we got better presents. I shouldn't say better presents. I should say more presents. The older we got, when money wasn't as tight as it was when we were little. Because when we lived in southern Iowa things were really tight. And we didn't move up here until October of 63. And then when, and that's when Dad started working at a bigger school. And Dad became the head custodian at Central High School here. And my uncle had been the head custodian, and he went to the pool area. He was the head guy there. So that opened up his spot so my dad could sneak in there. When we first moved up here, Dad was head custodian at a junior high. And then when my uncle moved around, that's when he scooched over to the other job. So that's how. And Dad always worked at least 2 jobs. So that's how we eventually got better and better Christmases. And we finally got a green Christmas tree. Not a real one, but at least it was a green fake one. But before we got the green fake one, we still had that silver one from when I was a little kid. We still had that silver one. And my sister has it now. But we got a color wheel to go behind it too. So that when they turned on the color wheel and it went around, and the tree was just so pretty. So those are my holidays from Halloween to Christmas that I wanted to let you know about. And sorry, I had to show a comment. She was talking about dismembering something. So I want to tell you about my project. I did not decide on my project till last weekend. Week and a half ago, maybe. Could have been 2 weeks that I started thinking about it, but it wasn't until like a week and a half ago that I actually had a definite idea about what I'm going to do. And so let me show you. Let me show you what I did. It's a small project, really small. Beginners can do it. If I did it, anybody can do it. So here is, I gotta look if it's right side up. There we go. I made a table runner. There you go. It's a really long table runner. I mean, my gosh, it is 63 inches long. And it is between 18 and a half and 19 inches wide. So now I'll hold up just half of it. There we go. Half of it there. And the other half there. And I had fun making this. I really did. All I did was I took let me get close enough here. I took this gray fabric with the snowflakes on it and the back fabric. Look familiar, Zaza? And I sewed them right sides together, sewed it all the way around, left an opening, turned it inside out, and then I let me scooch some more, and then let me get it over here on this side. I used a 1/4 inch all the way around then. All the way around, the whole length. And then I took and did lines down 8 inches. 8 inches from the end to almost the middle. Here's the middle. So it's not quite 8 inches to the middle there, but that's what I did. And then I did 2 lines. They're easier to see on the back. I did 2 lines of, well, I guess you can't see them too well on the back. There it is right there. It's in gray. And 2 lines going straight down, dividing it into thirds so that it was all quilted that way. I didn't have any batting in it or anything, but I really like the background here, and I really like the blue for the snowflakes. And then I used snowflake templates from Missouri Star. They're called Holiday Icons snowflakes. This one is 3.5 by 4 inches, and this one is 8 by 9. And I just cut them out on, and I used the Ultra Heat and Bond, which is in the red package. You use this, you don't have to sew them down. Like I said, beginner friendly. And then you put this on the back side of the fabric, and then you just iron, the snowflakes on. So simple, so fast. I think it's the fastest project that we have. You thought I used my AccuQuilt? No, I did not. I actually, I'm always telling you guys that I can't use scissors. I use scissors. I use scissors like crazy. I spent 2 days cutting out the snowflakes with the fabric. Yeah. And I used my snowman scissors. Oh, that's upside down. My snowman scissors. Yeah, I had fun. I had fun because it was a quick and easy project, and it's something that my husband wanted. He wanted something to go underneath the TV out there in the living room. Well, I have a really long table underneath that TV because I don't want it falling. So now my keyword, you had to get through all of these stories to get to here. My key word is my favorite color. And I have said it quite a few times during this live. So that's my festive thread. And I hope I Oh, I did stretch it out. Originally, I was trying to do it on video, right? Well, I couldn't get the video to upload as a premiere. I don't know what the heck I was doing, but I couldn't do it. So, and I had that one down to 10 minutes. So look at there. I stretched it to a half hour. So now everybody can go have supper. You can think of Christmas things now to get you in the mood to start doing all your Christmas sewing. And I will see you all. This is Saturday, right? Oh, I'll see you in the morning. 7 o'clock a.m. with Lisa on her channel. Sundays at 7. And then we're going to be sewing in Discord from 9:30 to 11:30, I think it is. And have a safe trip there, Nikki, getting your mom. So we'll be in Discord then from 9:30 to 11:30, and then maybe sometime in the afternoon too. You just never know about Discord. And then Monday is Mona, and Morning Glory Lori. She's on too Monday morning, and she's on Wednesday. And there's Joe on Friday, and she does pop-ups every once in a while. I think she's got a short one coming up, short premiere coming up. I can't remember exactly. But check out everybody that's on YouTube and watch them. I hope everybody has a great night. It's Saturday night. If you're an old fart like me, you're not going to do much but watch TV, but that's okay. So, everybody have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow, someplace, sometime. Like the Batman. Same bat channel, same bat time. Bye, everybody. Have a great evening.